Hi boys and girls, Brucie here with my first in my series of extreme guitar, the devil's advocate, or whatever I've decided to call it this time. The idea behind this was to throw some controversial statements out there and see what happened, and just to get you to think a little bit about what your viewpoint is on it, and please have a discussion in the comments below. So the first title is How the Internet Stops You from Improving. Yes, that's quite controversial. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a full advocate of the internet. It's probably the best thing that ever happened in the universe. Maybe it's a bit, well, the universe is probably the greatest thing, but you know what I mean. It's pretty awesome, and particularly for guitar players or anyone who's trying to do any form of learning, it's absolutely awesome. You know, the resources out there, you've got everything at your fingertips, from the whole of the British Library, all these brilliant things online for you to go away and study. But that can be a problem too, because I see it, there is too much information, or at least not a way of seeing you through a path to find your way through this information. And maybe you're like me, I'm completely guilty of this. The reason I'm not really improving with certain aspects of, say, my playing or my theory is because I keep jumping around, and that's probably because I have a short attention span sometimes, and I'm not really one of those people who sits down and knuckles down and can lock myself away for 10 hours and concentrate on one thing. And the internet really aids that bad part of my character. Not only common distractions like Facebook or social media or YouTube or whatever, but actually when learning lessons. So let's say I wanted to learn some kind of lick on the guitar, or I find some lesson by a guitarist I really like. I'll happily jump in there and play it a few times and get it under my fingers and learn it. And then as soon as the end of the video rolls around, there'll be another video for something else like country picking. I'm like, oh, I'd really love to do country picking. So I'll then jump on and do that. And I don't actually give the time required to actually get the first lesson under my fingers. You just keep moving on to something new. Back in the kind of pre-internet days, in terms of learning, it was much easier. You had such limited resources that you'd kind of pour over them a lot more. There wasn't easy access to your answers as well. Let's say you wanted to transcribe a Guthrie Govan lick. You couldn't just jump on a tab website and find someone who's actually sat down and tabbed it for you. You'd have to try and work it out by ear, or hope that it would appear in some guitar magazine at some point, and then sit down and learn it, because you'd probably buy that magazine and there'd probably only be one or two tabs in there anyway, and you'd actually sit down and really knuckle down and learn it. So the thing I'm throwing out there with this is do you think the internet is preventing you from learning? What are your kind of thoughts on it? What are your experiences on it? Like I say, mine has been a slightly negative experience, if we say that, in the fact that it's awesome because there is so much stuff, but I just keep finding there's more stuff I want to do, and I just keep jumping around. So what is your experience? Please write it in the comments below, or post a video response. Hope that was useful for you.